Welcome, friends. Today we are doing another fragrance rotation. Tremendous. And that fragrance rotation is for the week ending the 9th. This is like the third or fourth time I've had to film this. It usually takes about 3 or 4 things to get into your stride, or get into my stride, I should say. And then I got 10 minutes into the last version and realised I had miscalculated the days. And I was talking about perfumes I'd worn last week, and I was just had to take a deep breath after that one. I won't lie to you. Anyhow, this week there appears to be a bit of a theme, and we like a theme. And the theme of this week seems to be amber, and that sort of area. I mean, there's a couple of outliers, but apart from that, this is quite an ambery week I've had. I like doing these videos, and I like doing them on the same time, obviously, every week and stuff. But I like doing them because I can go back and see how each day leads into the next and the previous, and go back over the fragrance rotation playlist and see if there's any patterns that form, which I think is quite interesting. I like that sort of thing. I definitely feel as though my next day's pick is affected by the day before's. So, anyhow, we move. This is for the week ending the 9th of January 2022. So it's for the week beginning the 3rd. And on the 3rd, the first Monday of the new year, I wore this. Can you see that? I don't know that you can. That's better. Patchouli Imperial by Dior. This is thick and rich and very much a patchouli fragrance. Excuse me while I smell it. This is what Demachy's best at, in my opinion. This is what he does really well. It's not high-end, intricate, delicate French perfume of yore, you know? But what it is it's an easy wear, quality materials, and made to a certain standard. It's not... So there are some perfumes that are almost too good, and they're very... You can struggle to wear them every day. And they can be too challenging, and this isn't like that. This is an easy, dark wear for autumn and winter. It's warming, it's soothing. It smells just like the colour of the juice. The juice is like that. There you can see on the back of the... Eugene will be going mad with the fingerprints. You can see the colour of the juice. That's what it smells like. It smells like syrupy, ambery sort of goodness. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. It's fantastic. I really like it. It's not a thinking perfume. It's a wearing perfume. If you just want to spray it on and know that you'll smell of a certain quality and you'll smell for a long time, it's definitely got its place. And I mean, I love it. I mean, obviously I bought half a litre of it, you know, I'm set for life. So yes, I really like this stuff. And this is what Demachy is good at. If you look at the other perfumes he created for Dior, none of them were like what Eugene calls fine French perfume. They're not too intricate. They're not exquisite. They're not brilliant. They're not blended to within an inch of their life. They're blended and made well, and with good ingredients, and the performance is great, but they are not high-end stuff, you know? You think of stuff like Sauvage and the other things that Demachy's made. He's made easily wearable perfumes that represent Dior being quality but accessible. Next, we have a perfume I featured on a list on a video I did yesterday. of my top 10 favorite female fragrances that I own. And this was one of them. And it is Tom Ford's Saharan Noir. Hard to believe that this was ever targeted towards women. Why it was targeted towards women, I have no idea. This is one of the most unisex perfumes I've ever smelled in my life. Anyone could wear this anytime. It's dark, it's incensey, it's resinous, it's mysterious. It's got that Tom Ford vibe about it. It's really well made, and it's bizarre that they discontinued it, because it's one of his better ones. Some of the stuff that he's discontinued compared to some of the stuff he's kept around, just a madness. But this is a really good quality. I've got a 100ml bottle. They only come in 50mls. It's not a fake. It's because this was a tester. I don't know why they didn't make 100ml bottles. Just the way life is, I suppose. So yeah, I'm happy to have this. I got it for a really good price. I wouldn't overpay for this. Some of the prices you see on the internet, do not pay $300-400 for 50ml. I paid like 120 quid for 100ml. Like, that's about what it's worth. You know, don't pay top dollar unless you're totally in love with it. Don't blind buy for that kind of money. But yes, it is. It's a fantastic perfume. I really like it. I've come round to it. When I first got it, I thought to myself, you know, I was like expecting like fireworks and they didn't come. So, but I am coming round to it after having worn it. It's a good perfume. Performance isn't great though. Next, we continue the ambery theme with another Tom Ford, another fragrance that I really like. This is one of the closest things I've got to a signature scent. And this is Tobacco Oud. Absolutely love it. Somebody said in the comments to me the other day, this is Amber Absolute but finished off and taken to the next level type of like thing. I don't think they were his exact words, but that was like the message. I really like this. I've spoken about this before. I've reviewed it. It's one of the closest things I've got to a signature scent. I've got backups of this. There's talk of it being discontinued and then re-released in the signature collection. I don't know if that's true, but the rumours are quite large and there and persistent, I should say. Again, sorry, Eugene, for the things. I really do. I'm feeling the need to get a microfiber cloth. I might get some white gloves. Like a snooker referee. Anyway, excuse me whilst I hydrate. Love this stuff. You try it. It's like an amber perfume with a tobacco mid. Doesn't seem to be a top. It doesn't feel like there's a top. Top might just be there balancing out the mid and the base, but you don't necessarily experience a top at all. So anyway, next, just try and keep these videos a bit short. It took us 2 hours to upload a 45-minute video yesterday. Anyway, next is another Tom Ford influenced perfume, but it's not by Tom Ford. And another amber, what I consider an ambery perfume anyway. And this is M7. If you were watching Eugene and I stream on Wednesday, you will have heard us say, everybody who's got M7, wear it tomorrow and we'll come back and talk about it. But we didn't come back and talk about it. And that was my fault because I had a headache. No, I wasn't washing my hair because that wouldn't take long. But I did have a headache, so I couldn't stream that day. I was ill. I felt better the next day after I'd been to sleep though. So this is one of my favorite perfumes ever as well. Tom Ford seems to have that effect. I beg your pardon. This is a tester I bought. I've got a backup bottle of this, and I've got the Oud Absolute version. Oud Absolute's fine, but the performance on me is absolutely disgusting. It disappears, like the Oud Absolute version, I get like an hour of that. This one I get a lot longer, but me and Eugene were discussing it. It disappears and then comes back. It's so strange. Like, you'll disappear completely, and then all of a sudden you'll get a few wafts of it, and you're like, where have you been? You know what I mean? It's fantastic. I really rate it. I really like this. I think everybody should smell it. You'll smell a lot of. This came out in 2002, I want to say, and it was Alberto Marias and Jacques Cavalier that made it. And it's it's quite it's quite brilliant compared to the other stuff that came before. You know, how this sort of affected ambers, like male masculine ambers. You can tell the bottle's Tom Ford all over. And all you need to do is look at the Noir bottles to see where they came from. This is exactly like what they look like, but this is like an old school 70s, 80s masculine sort of bottle, the square tower sort of vibe with the lid and the off-center sprayer. Absolutely love it. I'm gonna have to wear this a bit more. I hadn't worn it for ages. And I thought to myself, am I over M7? And then I wore it, and it's just every time I smell it, it's so good. It's got that cola vibe as well, but not like real cola, like a bit of a not a Pepsi, like a Dr. Pepper sort of thing. Anyway, next on Friday we have yet another Tom Ford. Wow. And this is Noir Anthracite. This is a smoky, woody perfume, really interesting, really good, discontinued, which is totally unsurprising considering how it smells. This isn't a mass market sort of, like, loads of people will smell this and think, oh, I wouldn't want to smell like that. It's smoky and sheer and dusty and smells like coal. It smells like the colour. It's like a sheer metallic, carbonated, carbon burned. Whoops, apologies. You feeling all right? Oh, right. It's dark and mysterious and smoky and strangely clean. You know how like fire cleanses? It's got that sort of thing. It's not sterile, but it's not far off. You know, like nothing would grow in like a coal mine, dark and clean and incensey, that sort of thing. Brilliant perfume. Really enjoy it. I've got a few backups of this because it's a real January staple because of that darkness, you know. Next, yesterday, I decided to wear probably one of the strongest perfumes I've got. I absolutely love this. I love this more than some of the more expensive stuff from this line, from this house. And this perfume is Promise by Frederic Malle. This is great. I love the apple, incensey sort of nagamotha, dry madness that this perfume is. And it is mad. It's crazy, but it's brilliant. It's genius. It's sort of like, I mean, Dominic Ropian's one of the best perfumers in the world, and he's created some of your favourites and some of my favourites, I should say, and possibly some of your favourites as well. And they made him. Yes, he did it at gunpoint. It was he was asked to do this, and he's absolutely nailed it. It's a Middle Eastern style perfume made by a French perfumer who knows how to use the ingredients. I don't think there's any oud in it. It's certainly not priced as if there's any oud in it. I think it's much better than the night. I think it's much better than the moon and the dawn. This is my favourite from the line. It's very sheer, it's very dry, it's very incensey in the base, but it's got that big green juicy apple at the top, crunchy, bitter, sort of gets you right at the back of your mouth, at the sides where your jaw is. Yeah, it's got that. Fantastic. Some people don't like the apple. No, I really like it. When it's contrasted the way it is, it's not sweet. It's not overly sweet, I should say. It's not like sugary. It's like sucrose. It's like It's like natural sugar, you know. I love it, and I would replace it. Um, but I'm not sure I'll ever use this full bottle. That said, I've put quite a big dent in that. I don't know if you can see that. Um, it's closer to the top of the ribbon than it is to the top of the bottle. But anyway, that's what I wore yesterday, and today we have a debut. I'm gonna put some of this on. Right, this. I was talking to Ramsey about this brand, and he got one called Goma, and he was raving about it. And then I went on to Enchanté, and the bloke was like, "Aha, I have got one in the old style eau de colognes." And I was like, "Ooh, what is it?" And he was like, "Amber." And I thought, sold. I like ambers. But this is an eau de cologne. It's behaving like an eau de cologne as well. It's flighty. It's not staying around for more than a couple of hours. But it's lovely. It smells a bit like the mid of Amber Sultan. I'm not going to be able to like fill you in on what it's like entirely like because it's the first time I've worn it, but I really like it. I'm looking at getting some of the other ones because it smells well made. I don't know who the perfumer is. I don't know much about it. But I'm glad I've worn it today. I might have to take some out with us though if I'm going out in a bit. I don't know that I am going out in a bit, but if I do, it's the type of thing you have to reapply. It's very ambery. Think Amber Sultan without the spices. It's got that sort of base going on. But yes, that is my weekly rotation video for this week. I'll try and get them all in. There's some thick bottles here, so I'm not sure they will. But I like to try and do this at the end of these. Oh my God, I don't know why you're so wide. Right, so from Monday to Sunday, patchouli imperial, Saharan Noir, tobacco oud, M7, Noir anthracite, Promise, and Ambra by Etro. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you again soon. Bye.